data to data warehousing, and then we do the transformations, calculations, transformations, and all in this layer generally. Or if we need to, we can apply this transformation part in not only in here, in anywhere. It will be in here and all. Okay, but in general data warehousing solutions, the transformation takes place on the run. Now, this is where this Snowflake is different. For example, it's having its own idea of staging. Either it can do the staging in this Snowflake system itself or in any AWS workspace, in your AWS S3 bucket or somewhere. And then you can move the data to any database, which is a part of this Snowflake itself. And then you can build any virtual layer, virtual or view or anything about this. And that data can be lively feed into BI solutions. This is the general idea they're following. For this, they have two choices. Either they can go for a ETL. In case of ETL, if they prefer, the data has to be pushed into the staging. It can be Amazon's bucket or it can be Snowflake itself. Then we need to build this. Then this data has to be moved to that. Hello? Yeah. Then the data has to be moved to the database layer of Snowflake. From here, you need to move the record, not virtually, okay? It's virtually, you need to, or physically, you need to move the records using calculations into the calculations layer, where you can use SQL scripting in here to build it. But that's a complicated method, okay? That's a very complicated method. So they found a solution. It's instead of use ETL, go for ELT. For example, click at Unity, click replicate and all. First, what it does is it just takes the data in real time or scheduled, and then bring it into our staging area. And then this is, I mean, this has to be done by the replicate server, just to bring the data as it is from the source into the target. Then once it comes here, they will be applying the transformations here. It's not ETL, sorry, it's ELT. And then here they will be applying the transformations. This is the project I had done, transformations. And then the data can be pushed into any virtual layer. From there, you can go for a live data connectivity. And between these stages, either in stage or in here or in here, into between these layers, you can use a pipeline in case if you want it. So the continuous streaming will take place. Got it? Got an idea? All right. Now it's completely cloud-based. Now I will show you that slide back. No. Yeah, this is loading the data from multiple sources. It can be, yeah, that's another specialty of this Snowflake. General data warehousing solutions will take only the structured data, like tables. But here, it will take data from unstructured sources also, like a data lake, data in the data lake, or IoT data, or any kind of JSON data, or anything it can take. Now, all this is not what we want. Yeah, this is the important aspect you need to understand. Right now, let's say this slide's usage part. Okay, this is a general cloud-based data warehousing or storage facilities that does. If you take a 1 TB of space, for example, let's take SAP HANA in a AWS environment. They are charging nearly 86,000 for a 2 TB storage. It doesn't matter whether you use it or not. You have to pay for it. But Snowflake doesn't work like that. It works with elasticity. If you use the system, then you need they will be billing only for that particular time. If the system is idle or it's not doing any processing, then the billing will be none. It's a zero billing. It's a flexible elastic billing they are choosing. And storage will have a general billing. I'm talking about the computational billing. Okay. Now this is how it really works. We use in cloud, we use a shared disk or single cloud systems, but Snowflake uses multi-cluster shared data. I mean the database itself is shared, and it's having multi-cluster database, multiple pieces which is shared among computing engines. It's not specifically designed for one engine itself. It's a centralized storage facility. Then this is the 3 layers of the Snowflake. First, it has a centralized storage layer. Then it's having a computing layer. Then it's having a service layer. Now let's talk about this centralized storage layer. It's having SSDs and cache memories. And this computing layer, it's called data warehouse. It's called data warehouse, but it doesn't have to do anything with the data warehousing terminology we are using in our day-to-day life. It's just a virtual idea. What they meant by this warehouse is a computing engine. It's a computing engine. If you are using a computing engine for a specific purpose, for example, in our system we have seen there are three operations, right? 3 operations. Let's take 2 operations: ETL operation, and then let's take this BI operation. So I generally in any normal data warehousing, for BI applications and for ETL applications, we are using the same resources. Same resources will be consumed by both the systems, BI as well as ETL things, where it will be sharing the resources, RAM, processing, and all. But in Snowflake's environment, we can specifically decide or designate a particular computing engine for ETL purpose and another one for BI and BI layer for running this BI layers applications. That computing engine is what they call data warehouse. I think any queries? If none of you have any queries, I can move further. I can proceed it. Okay, I'll go. Now, yeah, this is what that is. One second. You see, yeah, you guys are there. All right. Then these are the advantage of using the system. Since it's in multi-cluster, multi-shared environment, its performance is extremely faster, and it's having a very good concurrency, no performance degradation, and it's very simple. I mean, in case if you take a HANA or BW, we need to maintain that info cubes, calculation views. We don't have any such kind of any complications in this one. This is simple. In case if you wanted to increase the computing performance, you just need to scale up the warehouse, and once that gets done, you can scale it down. For example, let's say I'm running a data warehousing system on my MS SQL server, and at some point of time I need to run over 100 billion records. I need to run a query over 100 billion records, and I came to know that system is struggling to perform. So naturally, I need to increase the capacity of the system. I need to upgrade it, and that upgrade will be forever. But let's take a scenario where I need to run this query only one time. So whatever cost I'm going to invest, that's going to be a waste, because after that query runs over, that resources, they will still be there, but its usability would become very minimum, because that's the only query which demands that sort of resources. In these kind of scenarios, Snowflake has an option where you can upgrade your data warehousing. Thereby, you will be getting more and more computing resources. And I will show you just how it's done, just for an example, but a quick one. In here, if I wanted a computing engine, I can choose what kind of a computing engine I wanted. What large type, and billing would be hourly based, not hourly, it's second by second billing. If I have a small query or small performance oriented computing, that's my requirement, then I can go for a 4 or 8 credits. But in case if I wanted to have a large computing engine, then I can go for a 4x large. In ETLs, there are certain scenarios where we need to do table comparisons. I mean, we need to bring only the delta data, and that can, in certain scenarios, we may need to compare two tables with tens of hundreds of millions of records. In those kind of scenarios, we have to go for a specific computing engine for that ETL purpose, because the ETL has to read the records from this target system, and naturally it will be having the source, then it needs to compare them. So to speed up the process, you can go for a 4x large one. Or for, I have 100 billion record or a stock market system where I need to find out a particular record out of a trillion record or something. In that kind of scenario also, you can go for a large servers. And the advantage is I choose a large server and it will run, it will finish the work. And if it goes idle for 10 minutes, more than 10 minutes, then the system will go for an auto suspend. So thereby no billing at all. Okay, just an example only. Now we need to get back here. Yeah, and it's security is based on the role. It's having a role-based security. Mainly, it has two uses. One is called system admin. Another one is called account admin. Now, system admin is the one which handles all the technical aspects of the Snowflake, and account admin is handling uh, all the design oriented or usage oriented roles. Yeah, and it's having a data encryption also. There's many customers they have, but that's fine. Now, this is the advantage of that Snowflake data warehousing. This is the architecture of it, which you have seen already. And this is that idea I was explaining about a traditional data warehousing system, bringing the data from different sources into staging servers or data lakes or something. If it is unstructured data, then definitely it would be data lake. From there, we consolidate them into a data warehouse. And from there, the data will get distributed into data marts. This can be a virtual layer. SAP HANA and all uses it, or BW4 HANA uses virtual data marts. Then that will be provided to the BI layer, which is live. But the thing is, I need computing power from data sources to staging, and I need separate storage spaces for different types of data. Then I need a transformation technology where I can convert them all or into a consolidated data warehousing. Then I need to have a computing capability, a computing in sense multi-dimensional model capable to create multi-dimensional models. That's what data mart technology is. I need to have that technology. Then I need to have a BI layer. So look at these three layers: staging, data warehouse, data marts. I'm using different systems for it. And in case if that system is demanding for a more computing power, then I need to upgrade the machine. Now, this is where Snowflake comes in. Consolidate them, all of them, into one single structure, which is multi-shared, and it's capable to handle all types of data. And it's using SQL, where it doesn't have any modeling layer or anything. And I don't think we can use any modeling layer like Erwin or anything. We have to manually do the coding, or you have to use any ELT in between the staging layer. I mean, in Snowflake's staging layer to the tables storage layer. It's called a storage layer. I mean here. In between this layer and this layer, you need to use any transformation programs like a Click at Unity or a Talent or something. And then Yeah, sorry. That's it. That's it about that presentation. You guys have any questions? Because I'm going to show you the system. If you have any doubts or something, you can ask me now. Somebody ask any doubts, then it will clarify others also, right? All of them will get an idea.
So can you give more details on the difference between the ETL and ELT, what you mentioned?
Here, let's say this is my source, E01 and Santosh, and E02. Sorry, E02. Okay, anything A, B, C, D. And it's having 100 rupees. This is having a 200 rupees. Now I'm taking this data from here to here, my data warehousing. And in my data warehousing, I wanted the data like this, E01. Okay, leave that. I wanted to multiply that amount into 2. So it's 400 and it's 200. And this is, let's say, SE02. Now, where should I apply the transformation? I need to apply the transformation in here, in this area. So from taking the data from the source and moving towards the target, I am transforming the data. Okay, what if it's a complicated transformation? Naturally, this will consume a lot of time. Now, what ELT does is, it just takes the data as it is and load the data as it is in here. 200, 100. Basically, it's a copy of the source. Then it will be applying the transformation from here to here. Okay, I'll copy this. Okay, so the transformation takes place in a single target machine. It's not going, it doesn't do any transformation on the run. It will be doing the transformation after loading the data.
Yeah, thanks, Santosh.
Just send it to back. Okay, I'll remove from this here. So let's say this is the layer, this is a staging layer. I can use a ELT there. All the data will get loaded to here as it is. And ELT tools are not absolutely, I mean, some of the tools or most of the tools supports real-time data replication. Now, let's say the data will come to this staging and using that real-time replication, then we apply our transformation from staging to the target tables. Then we built virtual calculation layers in here. Okay, now let me show you that Snowflake. Where is Snowflake? This is Snowflake. Okay, this layer is called a services layer, where we can manage our metadata, we can manage the machines, we can manage all the users, every details. And it's having two ideas, main ideas. One is called database. Just like any data warehousing system, it's having its own databases you can create. And then this is warehouse. This is the computing engine, where I can create one computing engine. I can assign it for a specific task. It's like, and these are called worksheets, where you will be writing your programs, scripts, and all. And advantage is this is called a Snow SQL, okay? But you can run the Snow SQL in command prompt also. Here, okay, current database. But second. A B C D 1 2 3 C D 1 that same it's should be in here. See that A B C D 1 2 3. We can create anything using this CTI terminal or using here using this worksheets. And okay, let me show you one more example. Copy that thing. Create table. Okay, create table. See. Okay. Use compute WH. Use warehouse. All right. Now that data is there. You can type the commands inside here itself. No, okay, I have an Excel file. Let me try to load it from here. In my desktop, I have an Excel file. And okay, let me try to load it from here. Mhm. Put file, stop. It's what is the table name? ABCD underscore 1 2 3. Uh, public. Okay, public. Um, it's not working. There's something's wrong. But you understand that idea. I mean, the logic behind this thing. Okay, I'll explain this layer. This is where the database layer is, where you can create your own databases, and you can assign. You need to assign to a schema. Schema is it's a higher order object of sitting above databases, like a group, and this is the tables, views, schemas, and stages in sense. This is an important part here. You might have noticed I said either we can have the staging in AWS or Azure buckets, Azure S3 buckets, or you can have it in internal Snowflake itself. One is called the internal stage, another one is external stage. It can be in cloud environment or it can be in Snowflake itself. In case if you decided to store it in Snowflake, then you have to assign it here. You have to assign it into any staging system, any staging here. These are the file formats, sequences. Pipes is a continuous data transmission mechanism. And these are the shared files where you can share the files into multiple machines. And this is just a buying place, warehouse, and worksheets are the ones where we will be running all our command scripts and all. This is just history where you can find out what are the scripts so far ran and what happened to it, all the details of it. And this is the major advantage of the entire Snowflake system. When you build a new data warehousing, you have the option to scale up and scale down that machine. And you can use it only for a specific period of time where it will be charged only for that particular time, not for the entire, only for that particular seconds. It's a second by second calculation. And we have a ETL, this talent, but this will take a lot of time to do it. And this is the preferred ETL partner or ELT partner of Snowflake, either talent or Informatica. Where you can bring the data from Snowflake here in metadata. You have an option to bring Snowflake. You need to create a connectivity and details and all. These are going to take too much time. We haven't included this in that demo part, but I'm saying we have that option. Now, anyone has any question or anyone wanted to get a clarity on anything, or you wanted to ask me any doubts, or you wanted me show you any specific thing in Snowflake or something? It's the time to ask.
Snowflake using internally any Spark engine like that? For example, Glue almost internally using Spark and PySpark internally. What about
So,
Glue? It's using its own or any internally using any other engine?
sorry, I didn't get you. Can you? Sorry, I didn't get you.
For example, Glue internally using PySpark and Scala Spark. Same way, AWS, Snowflake also internally using any specific engine like Spark.
No. I don't think so, and I don't know much details about that aspects. I think it's using just memory-based computing systems like a blade servers or something.
Can I apply
Hard.
machine learning algorithms as well?
Sorry.
Can I apply machine learning algorithms like machine learning or deep learning algorithms using Snowflake? Is it possible?
Yeah,
Or
you can use it. It supports R language. It supports Python. Every scripts it supports. You're talking about running predictive or AL-based
Yes.
algorithms over the system, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it supports R language. It supports L language. It supports Python. Even using Python, we can integrate data from desktop environments, local environments into Snowflake.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Santosh, who are the competitor for this Snowflake? I mean, do we have any other similar product in the market?
No, not like this. Okay, not like Snowflake, but we do have a cloud-based SAP HANA. We have a SAP's cloud warehouse, right? Like you might have heard about SAP's business object. Okay, at some point of time they changed the business. Now they're not promoting business objects. Instead, they promote SAP Analytics Cloud. Similarly, SAP has a BW for HANA machines. Now they are not. I mean, they are still promoting, but they are developing a system called SAP Analytical Data Warehouse, SAP Data Warehousing Analytics or something. That is almost as same as this one, but it won't be having a credit-based billing. Second by second billing, it won't be having. Other than that, every facilities, every computing things and all, it will be having. But
Okay.
this much elasticity in computing, I don't think anyone has it. Now, what really happens is when you when you create a new data warehousing and assign a higher credit, it's allocating a blade server with more RAM, more SSD, more processors and all. Like a general blade servers are having 32 core processor, 128 GB RAM, and it may be supported by 5 times of SSD, right? The better data warehouse you assign, it's assigning that sort of a system towards that database, that engine, that things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks.
And that company, it's really pushing. Okay, I mean, when in September or October only they started their IPO, and in September when they initially offered IPO, that market capital was only $30 billion. And within next 3 months, that company's market capital touched $110 billion by January 20th or 21st or something. Now the stock started to get hammered because they couldn't release a better result. It's like our Tesla company. I mean, Tesla has been in losses for the last 10 years, right? More than 10 years. The first time when they started to become profitable, the stock started to jump in. Same idea. Snowflake is still running on losses, and even their losses got doubled up last year, but still their revenue is nearly 27 billion, $27 billion or something. But they don't have a profit. Still, it's in losses. They're pushing it. Once all the customers, or once they get all their competitors, all the customers, all this SAP data warehousing as customer, all the customers into a single, into their single under their single umbrella, then it will turn into profitable, because it's second by second, right? They need large corporations who will use the machine all the time or maximum time. And it's been started in sense, I'm working for Reliance Worldwide Corporation, and they have operations in nearly 127 countries. Their stock has been plotted in Australia, Europe, US, and all. So far, until now, still they're using SAP HANA as their data warehousing, BODS and SLT as their ETL, ERP is their Salesforce, and the SAP ERP Business Object and Tableau you're using as a BI. Now, recently I did a POC. And I did one project also. I migrated, and they are very impressed with it. Now they said they wanted to move all their data warehousing into Snowflake, and use the ELT as a click at Unity. So they don't need any technical resources to maintain it. Zero cost for IT spending. I think corporates will push it.
So
Hello?
yeah, so when we deploy the similar technology, whatever you said, like the staging layer, data warehouse in AWS, it's going to be similar, right? I mean, we just pay for what we use, like what you said in Snowflake. So how really differ in terms of price?
Computing price. See, if you wanted to have a AWS 2 GB or something, a 2 TB system, you will be paying 85 grand for HANA's environment I'm talking about. Now, what if I'm using only, let's assume I'm using only 1 TB now, and I just got a requirement where I need to have a 1 TB plus a 10 GB or 20 GB or something, and it's equal computing power, because I come across with a specific requirement, some demand. Naturally, I will upgrade the system in AWS to 2 TB. Then once that usage gets over, then I don't need 2 TB of space, right? I can reduce it. But in that scenario, it's very hard to reduce. It's a contract based things, right? With the AWS and all.
Yeah,
Can you upgrade today and downgrade tomorrow? I don't think so. And what if that requirement comes again, time to time? It requires technical expertise, complicated management, cost, wastage of cost. I mean, what we are paying, we are not using. Here, it's all different. Here, you pay for what you use. Got it?
yeah, got it. Thanks, Santosh.
Yeah. See, I shown you that thing, right? Here, if I for running certain, these are all suspended now. If I wanted to use, I have a 1 terabyte of data or 1 petabyte or something, and I have these things. These are all small based computing engines. Okay, it's having only 1 or 2 clusters where the data will get loaded into only 1 or 2 clusters, and computing power is also very small. In case if I wanted to have a bigger one, I wanted to have a bigger engine. I mean, none of my engines can meet my current requirement, a BI requirement. In that case, I can create a new warehouse with a larger facility. And once I can run that query, and once its usage gets over, let's assume half an hour is the need for this engine. Once I run it for half an hour, and once I get the report, I don't need this engine anymore. These smaller engines can meet my requirement. So I can assign that engine specifically for this purpose, then I can remove it. It's a kind of a
Yeah,
per
I got
second billing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays every business started to turn into something like that, right? Our IT billing is like hourly based. I think, yeah, the same thing they brought it into data warehousing. Anyone else? And the SAP systems doesn't like Snowflake. I mean, SAP's ETL, only BODS has the ability to push the data into Snowflake. SLT replication systems and all, they don't support Snowflake's database. And Salesforce and SAP doesn't support any ETLs or ELTs for pushing the records to this machine, Snowflake, because in case you take that's a problem I faced with Salesforce and SAP ERP. I put click at Unity, click replicate between SAP ERP and the Snowflake. Problem is, for real-time replication, the system, ERP system, needs to create a log file there for capturing all the delta. So SAP doesn't give license for that. Salesforce also said the same. They can give maximum of 4 licenses where you can replicate 4 tables real time. Because once you replicate, the entire data will come instantly, but later onwards, whatever delta comes, which has to be captured into a log file, log table, that log table, they will give license only to 4 maximum. So there are some difficulties because Snowflake's ability comes in real-time computing, where we don't have a proper replication. So with the mostly used ERP systems, Salesforce and SAP controls nearly 60 or 65% ERP. Yeah. Anyone else? Any other doubts? Are you people there? Yeah. Hello? All right, then. Selvam, are you there? Guys, do you have any doubts to clarify? Anything technical about the courses, its details, its contents, and all? Selvam will be discussing with you people. Other than that, technically, in terms of technical, if you have any queries, it's the time to raise now, because we are about to get it stopped.
Any FAQ second, right?
Can I
Sorry?
process both historical data, streaming data, both at a time, parallelly, both?
Yeah, you can. Even this system has a you can you can both compute in real time because it's having a live sharing. It's having a technology called a live sharing.
No. Okay.
Where is it?
Sorry, here.
Yeah, in shares it can go for a live sharing that I have shown you in here, right? No. Where is it then? Here. Yeah, share live data with the clients. Having live sharing because currently in my company's Snowflake, I'm using Tableau and pushing the data from this machine to Tableau. But Tableau is having some problems. It cannot handle heavy load, but still, it's having the option to do it.
Can you hear me? Sorry.
Sorry?
Does it provide real-time ETL?
No. It has partners, but doesn't provide it. but let's say Excel, local Excel, local CSV, and all local files, you can use it using that Snow SQL's command line. Command line, you can upload it, or you can use any Python environment or something. But they don't have any dedicated ETL or ELT. That's why they partnered with Talent and Informatica.
Okay. Okay. Can you hear me? This is Hari here.
Yeah. I can hear you.
Okay. So is it possible to do a direct pull from SFTP and import the data?
From where? SAP.
FTP, right?
That I don't know. Okay,
Okay.
that I don't know. I mean, I didn't come across with that situation. My primary task was to bring all, remove SAP HANA and remove
Okay.
all the SAP's analytic applications. So I never did anything related to FTP, but it might be possible, I think.
Okay. Okay. So
Okay.
um,
Yeah, it must be possible.
is
I
it
think it's
possible to
possible.
integrate multi-system data? Data comes from the AWS, data comes from Azure, like that. Is it possible to do a integration there?
Yeah. You have certain integration tools like something scarf, no, scarf or scurf or something. Some integration is there. You can bring it. You can take it from Azure's cloud, or you can take it from AWS, or you can take it from another one more thing they said, Google or something, some Google's cloud. Yeah, it's possible. It's very much possible. Even that thing I said in this example here, this outside staging, it can be a Azure cloud or it can be a AWS cloud. And you can bring the data from other cloud machines also. They have an integration technology.
In that case, how is the data security handled?
That's what it's a role-based system. Okay, role-based system. They have two prime admin users. One is called a sysadmin, another one is called account admin, where you can specifically assign certain roles to these are the roles. You can create a user, you can specifically assign these roles with restriction. So security is really good. You will be creating a user specifically, or you will be inheriting a user from account admin or something, and then you will be assigning certain, you will be reducing the roles, then you will be creating it like a BI user.
Okay.
And security is good. Okay, it's a role-based security.
Okay.
Like a SAP does. We create a user, we assign this account role, that role, this role, and all, right? Same idea, same idea, similar idea. Yeah. Anything else?
So, what is the database it uses? Does it attach with any particular database or?
It's using SQL.
Okay.
SQL, but they said it's their own customized system. I never heard about the database. They said it's a Snow SQL, they call it.
Okay.
But it's almost same as SQL, the way I have seen. But there are some advantages. It's capable to store unstructured data, JSON scripts, and all. So it's a customized. Yeah, it's their own database. Okay, it's their own database.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else?
Somebody has switched
Hello?
on somebody has switched on the video. Trying to switch on the video.
Sorry?
Somebody is trying to switch on the video. DANU SWT. Yeah.
Hello? Okay, then let's stop this. Shall we? Let's conclude it. I will ask, or you can contact either Selvam, or I will ask him to contact you people.
I will be talking in the. Selvam is not able to join. His system is hanging, so he asked me to talk. Yeah. So
Okay.
any feedback you can give it now the chat, or you can send it to info@perutech.in. And for anybody wants to register for the course, if you register today, you will get around 10% of discount. And session will training will start by next week. Will be around 40 hours, 30 to 40 hours.